Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for joining. If you watched my last video, you would see that I took you guys on a trip with me to a mall. We went to Chakor. So what Chakor is, it's pretty much like a Korean Sephora. It has a little bit of US brands, but I mainly went for one particular Korean brand. If you're wondering why I already have my face on, it's because I got a few products yesterday that I wanted to try out, and they are mainly for the eyes and the lips. So this brand is called Dahlia, and this is what they look like. The packaging is really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it has two sides to it. So when you open it up, one side has two mattes. There's a little mirror right there. There's a mirror on the other side as well, and the other side is a shimmer. Now I got two of them. I got one in the shade Cocoa Delight and one in the shade Caramel Slice. Cocoa Delight is a little bit darker than the other one. I don't know if you guys can see it. They also had two lipsticks, and this is the packaging for that. And I got this in the shade Kate and Maegan. So this is Kate. And this one is Maegan. They both kind of look the same, but one is a little more pinkier, peachy nude than the other. I also got two lip glosses. They look like this. These kind of remind me of like Baby Fenty for about $30 a piece. They better be like Baby Fenty. So anyway, I also got a concealer, but let me tell you a story about this concealer. So when I applied my makeup, like originally right now, today, as I sat down to film, my intent was to try this concealer on camera. Now they only had two shades for me to choose from, light and medium. I got medium, so this is medium. Same concept like the eyeshadow. There's a mirror right here on both sides, and then two shades. This shade was a little bit darker than this shade, so I went with this one. And I wish I could have captured like my reaction when I put it on camera, but I don't know what I was doing. I was tripping and nothing was recording as I was applying my makeup. So yeah, but at first I thought it was gonna be a disaster. I'm not gonna lie. The shade is super light. Like, let me just show you for entertainment purposes. So I'm just gonna swatch. This is the lighter of the two. Do you see that? Like, where am I going with that? So I didn't even bother with that one. But this is the side that I did use. And we're just gonna swatch that one right here. So this one, I mean, they look pale, all right? They look pale as hell. But I managed to make it work. A little bit of setting powder, and voila, this is what we got. My bad, I don't know what happened to my camera. It just stopped recording. But fortunately, I did catch it in time before I applied any eyeshadow or lipstick or lip gloss, which is the main purpose of the video anyway. So let's get right to it. I'm not quite sure what eye look I want to do. It's probably just going to be a little bit of everything, just playing in the shadows, seeing how they perform. These are the two shades, the matte sides. And then these are the two shimmer sides. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm going to take my brush. This is a MAC 242 brush, and I'm gonna go in with the lighter shade. And we're just gonna apply it on my lid. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit concerned about this concealer. Like, can you imagine the panic? But it didn't turn out too bad. It is a thicker concealer, and it dries kind of fast. Not stupid fast, but fast enough to make you want to hurry up and blend it out. Oh, It also came with a damn little sponge, which I didn't get to film, but the sponge is cute. So I'm gonna take the lightest color out of all four, which is this one right here. Okay, immediately there's a lot of fallout. There's a lot of fallout. I don't know if you guys can see that in the pan, but it's quite a bit. So I'm gonna take the lightest of the shade and I'm just gonna kind of sweep it to kind of set the concealer. We're gonna kind of sweep this all over the eye. Alright, so my instant reaction is the color is a lot more pigmented than I thought. Like, straight up the bat, it's definitely a lot more pigmented than I thought. I was not expecting to see this much color. Usually when a shadow has a lot of fallout, it's usually very pigmented, so I'm not surprised. Okay, next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back with the other one and I'm going to take the lighter of that one and I'm just going to kind of attempt to put this in the crease. I don't know, we'll see. These colors are pretty light, so alright. I'm gonna dip into the darker one because I'm not seeing it. Okay, there we go. There's the color. So now I'm just swirling the two together. And now I'm starting to get some type of color. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to kind of swirl the two together. And I'm just going to kind of apply it very lightly into my crease. In like whirly twirly motions. So this is like a light mauve-y kind of color. I mean, I think they paired it pretty good with the shimmer that it comes with. I think they did a good job with that. Woo! Okay, this is not bad. I'm actually starting to see a lot of color. The brown hasn't completely disappeared, which is surprisingly. I thought that it definitely would have. This is actually not bad. I'm surprisingly impressed. I want to incorporate both shimmers in some way, shape, or form. Why not? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the same brush I use my concealer with, the MAC 242, and I'm going to spray it with a little bit of Fix Plus. I'm gonna go in with the darker shimmer, which is this one right here. I'm gonna go in with the darker shimmer, and we're just going to apply that onto the lid. Now, usually when I go in with a shimmer, I kind of go in with a little bit of concealer first and cut the crease, but I wanted to see how this one applied without concealer. Alright, it's definitely not as... Oh, I lied. Okay. So by the second go round, by the time you hit it with the third layer, it's something like it's definitely there. I do feel as though had I went in with a little bit of concealer, it probably would have showed a lot more, but I'm actually kind of very impressed with the pigmentation of it just by itself. It's like, it's nice. It's really nice. Like, I'm blown away. Alright, so I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye. I'm going to spray my brush, a little bit of Fix Plus, and we're gonna go in with the same shade, and we are going to now do the other eye. I must say that I really like the way they paired the colors. Like, if they had a whole palette that had all these colors on here, I would definitely buy it. The way they paired the mattes with its perspective shimmer is really pretty. And the more layers you go, the more pigmented the color is. It's really nice. The amount of fallout that I got in the pan is what I was kind of expecting as I was applying it, but it's really not bad at all whatsoever. And I don't know, like, wherever I apply it with the brush, it kind of stays there. Like, I was expecting it to kind of like bleed up top, and it's not even doing that. That is so crazy. So I'm gonna take my Morphe M506 brush, and I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade. Well, I'm lying, I'm gonna mix the two. And I'm just gonna kind of blend it in a little bit, just so that it's not like a harsh glitter line. So we're just gonna blend that out a little bit, just so that it's not like a super harsh glitter line. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's really pretty. I'm really feeling the colors. So I'm gonna take my concealer palette. Dare I do it? I'm gonna go in with the lighter one. I'm gonna go in with the same one that I used to conceal under my eyes. Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. And I'm just going to lightly accent under my eyebrow. And I know you guys are wondering, why are you going over it with a cream? Are you crazy? Yes, yes I am. Then I'm gonna take this Morphe E18 brush, and I'm gonna just pat it out because I want to highlight under my brow, and I want it to have something to stick to. Okay. Next, I am going to go back in with the lightest shade. And I'm gonna kind of set that so it's not looking too crazy up here. It's looking a little sculpted. Now I'm gonna take this shade in the second palette. Just a little bit. Just a little whirl. And I'm going to apply that underneath my brow bone. Ooh, that's a lot. Jesus. That is a lot. But I like it. Alright, so I'm also going to take my small brush, dip into it, and I want to kind of get this into the inner corner. That is cute. Okay. Alright, moving on. I'm gonna go in with my Mr. Right liner and I'm going to line my bottom waterline. Just a tip, if you're working with glitter sometimes, now I see why they do their eyes first, because I mean it's not a lot of fallout, but it's a little bit. So I'm going to go in with the lightest shade once again, and I'm just going to kind of like put a little coat right here under my eyes, kind of buff out the black just a little bit. I'm going to do that to both sides. And then I'm going to go in with the darker brown. Then I'm going to take the darkest shade up here, what I used in my crease. I'm going to do the same thing to my other eye. So I don't want this to be super bright. I just want to kind of balance the eye out a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to very subtly go back in with the black. And I think I'm gonna make my inner corner just a smidget brighter. Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. There we go. Now we are. Now we are talking. What do you guys think? I actually kind of like it. It's a little different. It's a little weird. It's a little quirky. Oh, girl, let me set my brows because I have curly brows, and if I don't set them, forget about it. I like to use the Anastasia brow gel 90% of the time, because it's clear. Alright, next I'm going to go in with my Inglot liner in shade 77, and we're just going to use a little bit of this to create a wing. Wing liners are not my friend. Okay. Sometimes I like to go over my liners, even though this one is extremely black, with a liquid liner just to help clean it up a little bit. And usually get any spots that I missed. So, for mascara today, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Falsies Push Up. I've been using this mascara for a while now. This one is my absolute favorite. Well, I have like 6 that I'm kind of like in love with right now. This one is definitely in the top 3. I just love the way it separates my lashes. But I also wanted to try out the newbie as well. I've heard a lot about the NARS Climax and I wanted to give it a try. So we're just gonna... I always go in with 2 to 3 coats of mascara. I just feel like life is not complete without it. Oh my goodness. I was not prepared for that. This really adds fullness to my lashes. Like, what? Oh wow. Alright, I see you, NARS. Okay, so I am going to carefully attempt to remove some of this foundation off my lips. I like to cheat, so sometimes I will spray my face with a little Fix Plus. Hey guys, so my camera ended up dying on me just as I applied the lipstick, so I had to finish it on my phone, so forgive the video quality. But this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys in the next video.